G'day everybody, Vanisher01 here. Before I get started, I just want to thank Jimmy the Snake and D-Crew Colin. Jimmy for making the PTFO intro and D-Crew Colin for hooking me up with it. I'll be running that all week too. Want to drum it into people's brains, you know. Burn it right in there, mate. After that last video, a few of you might have been afraid I might not be coming back. But I did promise you videos on Monday, so let's get into it, eh? So I've got some questions for yous, or some answers to some questions. Okay, Higgy NZ. Vanish, what's your thoughts on PC? Yes, PC gaming. I don't actually mind PC gaming. I'm not too good at it at the moment. I picked up a Razer Nostromo today too, had it sent in the mail. That arrived today. I'll put a picture up there so you can have a look-see at it. It's nice and sexy. So I'm going to give that a go on the PC gaming side of things and see how it goes. Should be a lot easier for me. I'm not too keen on the keyboard, and this kind of puts everything right at my fingertips, so I think it's going to be a bit beneficial. I don't really know. I've got to get in there and have a good game first to really see how it's going to be. You know, this game was yeah, kind of okay for some parts and not okay for other parts, but it was pretty hectic here at A, so I thought I'd put it up. So it died quite a bit. Now the question continues, have I ever thought of moving on to PC? I'm not going to move over to PC completely. My mates are on Xbox, not many of them have gaming PCs. So I'm going to stick with where my mates are, you know. For the majority of the time I'm going to play Battlefield 3 on PC. But one thing I have noticed with PC is the lag differences. If I go on an overseas server on Xbox, if we happen to, you know, get onto an American server or European server, I can still play. Like that charity event that you saw, the video I put up for the charity event at the open lobby, that was a majority American players. And that was about I think I played from about 1 o'clock in the morning to about 4 o'clock in the morning. And there was occasional lag spikes, you know, where I swore I hit a guy and I just, you know, I didn't get him. But, you know, I could play still. When I've played with some of the guys from Don't Revive Me Bro and Mass and guys Quantum Media and that, I just, I can't play, you know, the lag's really extreme. So I think there is a benefit to sticking with Xbox too. I'm hoping with Battlefield 3 there will be a lot more Australian servers on Xbox. It'll make it a lot easier for us to play, and they won't be so difficult to find, because they truly are fucking impossible to find at the moment. But you know, I'm really hoping they'll give us some sort of option to locally search so we can get into the proper games and, you know, have some real fucking epic games on Battlefield 3. But I won't be moving, you know, 100% over to PC. I can't even capture PC gameplay at the moment, so that's another reason why I typically won't be playing on PC that much. Okay, moving right along. Deep Disturb. Do you play Conquest? I do play Conquest sometimes. I played a bit of Conquest tonight, but typically only if we can't get onto the Australian server for Rush. We find the Conquest Australian server, so we, you know, kind of stick with that if we have to. Okay, I gotta try and keep these questions, and the answers a bit short to these questions because I don't have much time and a few questions to get through. Size 328. Have you heard about Red Orchestra 2? I have. I heard about that. I saw Blink's video on it, or Blink's talked about it a couple of times, and it looks very interesting, the videos I've seen. I don't know if I'll be picking it up myself. I'm gonna have a look, you know, at the reviews and that when it does come out. I might pick it up for PC and have a go of it. Alien 590. Hey Vanished, what do you think about unlockable camos for guns? I got something to talk about later on in the video. I'll get back to that question. I don't know if it's going to be unlockable camos for weapons, but it would be an okay idea, I guess. But yeah, I don't know, mate. We'll have to wait and see what they're going to do with Battlefield 3. I think it's a pretty good idea. It'd be, you know, something nifty to have. Okay, moving right along here. Jugulator. 95. Hey Vanish, do you think it would be a good idea for snipers only to be used in team deathmatch on Battlefield 3? Would be a good idea. Will it happen? Not in your fucking life, mate. I don't think that would ever happen, but not a bad idea. I don't think it will pan out that way. I think they'll still be on every mode, you know. How can you really limit? And yeah, it's 4 classes, you can't really limit one class to one particular game mode. Okay, here's a name I'm gonna have trouble with. Matar Tam 99. I'm guessing that's it, mate. Sorry if it's not. Want to ask you about buckshot or slugs. Buckshot is good for close range only. Long range, you're really gonna have to bring out your pistol to get him. And even at longer ranges, you're not gonna get him at all. Slugs will pretty much kill anything at any range. So it just depends. It's a personal preference, really, what you want to use. I typically run with the buckshot, but it does get me killed quite a few times when I run buckshot on shotguns. I find slugs a little cheap, but I would use them still if, you know, I got a bit pissed off and thought, oh fuck it, I'm just gonna put the slugs on. And that was a really stupid fucking grenade right there. But yeah, I'd go with slugs, mate. If you want to do the work, buckshot's not really gonna cut it. Okay, Wolfgunner 4564. Hey Vanish, do you think silencers on engineer class really add an advantage? Not so much. You still hear the silencer going off. You still hear the kind of sound. And there you go. There's a sound effect from me. Laugh right now. Go on, you bastards. Anyway, yeah, not so much, mate. I mean, you can still hear them at distance. Yeah, bit of an advantage, but then again, you know, up close, you're not really. So yeah, I'd say no, really, mate. Okay, recently on the Battlefield blog, they also posted the rewards, the medals, and all that sort of stuff that you'll be getting for Battlefield 3, all the ribbons and that. So I'll put some pictures up here you can have a look at. Okay, starting from the top left to the bottom right, we have the assault rifle ribbon. That's 7 assault rifle kills in a round. We got the Nemesis ribbon, 2 Nemesis kills. MVP ribbon for the best player in the round. Got your ace squad pin, best squad in the round. Medic efficiency pin, 5 revives in a round. And finally the air warfare ribbon, 6 air kills in a round. So that's pretty cool. They look pretty cool, don't they, mate? Yeah, I actually like the look of those. Okay, the next lot up here, from left to right, the maintenance medal, obtaining a maintenance ribbon 50 times, marksman medal, obtaining a marksman ribbon 50 times, and the US Army Service Medal, spend 100 hours in the US Marine Corps. So that's going to be pretty cool. I like them, eh? They look really fucking sweet. There's a couple of other things I found out in that blog there. Say if you're using whatever gun, X gun. So you will unlock upgrades for that specific gun. Okay, if you play with a certain kit or a certain vehicle, you earn upgrades for that kit or that vehicle. In addition, you also gain XP, which also goes towards your overall rank, okay? Which unlocks new weapons, specializations, and camouflage usable by all classes. So the camouflage is kind of goes back to that point about the gun camos. I mean, is that body camo or is that weapon camo? I don't really know. It might be both, might be neither, might just be one, it might be just for the body, you know, like the Spec Out kit kind of was a different camo, but then again that also had different skins for different guns. So yeah, it's interesting. We'll find out when the game comes out, but I'm very interested in that point. There's a couple of other points here that have caught my eye. Now some people, all people probably know by now that the assault class is going to be the medic class in a fashion. It will be the combat medic, a lot of people are calling it. Now you will be able to switch out your add-ons for that. So if you don't want to have your med pack, you can run, I think it's red pack or defib, one of the two. You can run a 40mm shotty, you know, so you don't actually have to go with the medic pack, I don't think. You know, you can switch out to other add-ons. So that's a pretty cool feature. So you're not kind of stuck the same as everybody else. You know, you haven't got every assault there hasn't got exactly the same thing as every other assault. So I like that option too. Okay, this last part here I'll pretty much just read out. The unlocks and upgrades are specifically designed to be tactical in nature, forcing you to choose loadout based on the map and the situation. Do you go for a heavy barrel on your assault rifle? It gives you added accuracy for single shots, but at the cost of stronger recoil in burst and full auto mode. A standard assault rifle can be modified into a long-range accurate weapon, or for close quarter, almost SMG-like combat. For jets, do you go with Maverick ATG missile to take out tanks, or the AA missile to dogfight with airborne threats? With the engineer, do you bring in your anti-tank, and now here's the kicker, or your anti-air RPG launcher? So engineers will have the ability to take out helicopters and jets. So there we go, we won't have to worry about stationary AA emplacements. We'll have our mobile engineer AAs, you know. So that's a real thing that caught my eye. So I'm really happy to hear that engineers will be able to take care of all airborne threats. We won't have to rely on the stationary stuff. So I'll catch us again next time, and thanks for watching.